left, 2 comedians left. Let's keep that energy going for your next comic. Make some noise for Elizabeth Cutler.
Hello. Oh, this is tall. Hello. Yes, my name is Elizabeth. I go by Elizabeth. You may know that there's several nickname options for my name. My parents didn't want me to have any nicknames, so this wasn't the obvious choice. But the good thing is that it got me really used to standing up for myself at an early age, because I would have to explain that, including to my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Thompson, who constantly called me by all the usual nicknames that there are for my name, like Liz and Betsy, and like you over there. And I finally just one day I had it. I mean, I was only 5, and I just said, Mrs. Thompson, look at what it says on my name tag, Elizabeth. Look at what it says on my lunchbox, Elizabeth. Look at what it says on my jacket, Miranda. That was a lost and found mix-up, but she got the point. And so my parents didn't really have to worry about me growing up, standing up for myself, but they actually worry about me more now as an adult, specifically when am I going to get married. They didn't really want me to date as a teenager, and then I turned 30 and they want me to get married right away, which is somewhat contradictory. And my mother's favorite way to inquire about this is that no matter where I'm going, she asks, will there be men there? Because that's definitely like the only roadblock. Say I have to get off the phone, I'm going into work. Oh, will there be men there? Yes. There's more to it than that. I asked her once if I told her that I met someone while visiting a state prison, what she would think, and she said, felony or misdemeanor. So a little bit more about me. I grew up outside Philadelphia, but yeah, thank you for that support. I was actually born in Los Angeles. I went to college there. My whole family lives on the West Coast, so I've spent a lot of time on the West Coast. So I kind of think of myself as having a mix of West and East Coast sensibilities. For example, I'm very West Coast in the sense that I'm a huge fan of therapy. I've seen a therapist for many years. I think it's really valuable. That was just like a true statement. But I'm very East Coast in the sense that I don't want anyone to know about it. And some of my sort of like best jokes come to me by accident when I'm actually with my therapist, and I'll say something, and she's so good, she'll look at me and she'll just go, Elizabeth, was that a joke? And I go, it depends. Would it kill? Yeah. And the other thing, of course, we talk a lot about dating, and the thing is that what I want to tell these people that want to know, like, when are you're over 30, like when are you going to get married? It's really actually very complicated. It's very hard out there. My favorite is when people are like, have you tried the internet? It's like, yes. Unfortunately, for those of us who are not early adopters, it's not just as complicated as it is everywhere else. Last year, I decided I was finally ready to try one of the paid subscription sites. Thank you all for accepting that ready is another word for desperate. And so I decided to try one. I don't want to throw any particular business under the bus, so I will just say that in exchange for a predetermined sum of money, this website promised to match me with potential romantic matches. And it wasn't really my cup of tea. It's a good fit for some people. It wasn't for me, and that's fine. But at the end of 6 months, I did not want to get charged anymore, and it's actually a very long process to get them to relinquish your credit card information. And I had no fewer than 3 customer service representatives ask me if the reason for my cancellation was that I'd found my soulmate. And I had to say no. And then when I got the email confirming that the cancellation had gone through, the email read, ready to give up? Finding love doesn't happen overnight. Like, that's a very bold strategy when you have no idea what the emotional state is of the person on the other side of that. Oh, man. Well, I was doing some field research recently on relationships by watching what my friend Carrie calls Straight People Animal Planet, better known as The Bachelor. So I wonder that I haven't learned more from it. And in one of the advertisements, they were promoting an episode of the show Dateline, and Lester Holt was doing this voiceover that said, "Local woman goes online to find love, ends up murdered." He just said it like that. Murdered. And I was like, I don't need this in my life. And then right as I got up to change the channel, he looked at me right through the TV and said, "Elizabeth, you could be next." And I just thought, Lester, thanks for getting my name right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
One more time for Elizabeth. One more time. All right, guys, let's keep